Welcome back, Alliance War Season 32, War number 9. We got 17 fights for you today. We're starting off on Path 5, Section 1. We got Ebb and Flow knockdown, and then like debuff immunity when you knock him down with this Jabari Panther. Unfortunately, we take a heavy to the face right off the bat, and then we have to get back into it here. But that's fine. Sometimes that happens. We're just going to throw some special ones just to knock her down here. Not really going to focus on trying to parry. I did have an invulnerability boost on, but that goes out the window right at the start. So we got to just play properly the rest of the way. We can push her to special 1, special 2. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to weave in some special ones. Bait some heavy attacks. Bait some specials. Not really going to focus too much on parrying on this one, just because it is Jabari Panther. Between her cleanse and the debuff immunity, I just figure it might as well just go in, bait some specials, bait some bait some heavy attacks, and finish this one off. So even though I just keep getting the Ebb and Flow knockdown Fury going, and that's fine. Just keep an eye on the Huntress. She didn't get to 9 charges. I didn't really have to worry about it. Went down pretty easy. Next, we have a Korg. Ebb and Flow knockdown heavy hitter. We're bringing in Magneto House of X with his pre-fight. So we get guaranteed parries the entire time. He has only energy attacks, so we don't have to worry about his rock stacks. We can parry in heavy there. You can see to get the Ebb and Flow knockdown Fury. The only thing it is a Korg, so I don't want to, for example, I don't want to throw that special 1 to get the armor break. I want to make sure that his rock stacks are down before I do it, or else he's just going to purify it, and that just gets annoying. Normally with Korg, every time you get rid of his rock stacks and his shield is shattered, when it comes back, it starts with less than what it had before. So on a longer Korg fight, eventually he'll have no shield left anymore. He's also running recoil, but this fight's going pretty nicely. I think there you can see the heavy attack. I can't, what's it called? I can't attack in afterwards. I tried to evade the special 1 because I had the invulnerable boost on. Take a couple hits, but doesn't matter. We get through it with minimal damage. Next, we have a Stealth Suit Spider-Man, Ebb and Flow knockdown, Power Focus 1, Bubble Shield. He's a hashtag metal champion, so we're just going to bring in Magneto, and we can pretty much just parry heavy our way to victory on this one. There's really nothing too special here. The magnetism isn't going to get rid of his like passive evade charge, so I don't want to. You can see I'm only doing like 1 or 2 hit combo specials because I don't want the chance to get. Once he triggers his evade, I don't want to get countered, so I'm just playing it slow and safe, and we get through it no problem. Next, we're jumping on to Path 9 in Section 1. That's right, I run 2 accounts in the same battle group, and I'm boosted up. I speed up these fights just ever so slightly so we can fit in as many fights as we can in a short amount of time. Kingpin is my go-to. This time, I do have the Hood synergy. So extra purify ability accuracy. So like a higher chance to purify debuffs. So on hazard shift it works out great because it puts him into overcharge really quickly. Kingpin is hitting super hard. He's getting some willpower back from his rage stacks, and I don't really have to worry at all about the debuffs on these nodes. Even a champion like Nova here, who can be really tricky in other spots. I know he tripped me up on Mixmaster earlier this season. But here we get the light attack, like we get the evade there, right? The parry there right off the bat. Now here has Feats of Indestructible 1, but I do like to throw my special 1 even with Kingpin, because if I do get to another special 1 quickly, I can usually bypass it. Here Nova's taking a little extra time, but at least I'm getting nice clean evades on Nova. I was doing Nova in the Cavalier side quest, was giving me a hard time the other night again. But here, not a problem. Kingpin absolutely shreds him. All right. Next up, we have another hazard shift node with Venom Pool. Really, again, hazard shift is so much fun for Kingpin because, again, he's going to, every time he purifies a debuff, it just adds to his rage stacks. When he gets to over 7, he goes into the overcharge. His specials become unblockable. He's hitting that much, like a whole bunch harder. it's a lot of fun. Definitely, we'll have to see what happens in 7.4. If I can get a skill rank 3 to 4 gem, he will be my candidate for a rank 4. That's for sure. He has been amazing. So Venom Pool goes down. Next, we have a Apocalypse on Power Snack Backup Recovery. We're going in with Doc Ock. You know I love these Power Snack Backup Recovery fights with Doc Ock. And it's pretty fun. We're just going to parry heavy our way to victory for the most part. Take his specials on the block. Going to get a nice special 2 there with the heal block and the power lock on at the same time. 20,000 direct damage on that heavy. Here we can just go ahead, block that special 1, attack in afterwards, and then get back into our parry heavy game again. There we get our heavy off to get rid of the backup recovery. We actually healed back from it a little bit, so we're topped up to 100% at this point. Again, Doc Ock, if he's awakened and you get his heal block on the opponent, he siphons back some of the healing. Same with the power lock. You can siphon back some of the power gain that they would have had. So really lots of fun little stuff you can get with Doc Ock. And lots of nice direct damage when you get a heavy attack when you have the heal block or power lock on. So you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and actually reapply the debuffs with the special 1, and then parry heavy and finish the fight. Super fun. Next, we have a Knull. I think it was last season or the season before I got tripped up on a Knull on Mixmaster with Doom. This time I went in with Kingpin, and again, he can purify all of those annoying debuffs. I did not want him to throw that special 1. I am trying to go medium, light, medium, heavy attack, weave in the specials. Here I get stuck with the inverted controls, so I'm just going to try and back off, get back into a position where I can just parry and heavy parry and medium, light, medium. So I get back, I get rid of that wait out the inverted controls there. And again, trying to push the special 2 if we can. But again, those debuffs are putting into the overcharge really quickly. And we're just hitting super hard. There, I kind of screw up for a second. Luckily, Kingpin's a tank. Not the most beautiful Knull fight, but we get him down nonetheless. Now we're heading up the middle, path 5 in section 2. We're going to use Stealth Suit Spider-Man with his web foam to counter the Footloose node here. So it's Crumbling Armor, Force of Will, Footloose, Kinetic Transference, super fun. Now I am going to go ahead, apply the slow right away, and then I'm going to try and build up to, initially I should have just built right up to a special 2. I threw that special 1 and let him get his first special off. It's fine. I'll just wait out the Footloose node, attack back in, and at this point I apply another slow, and I think at this point I decide, okay, I got to go for the special 2. We want the longer slow for the rest of the fight, which you get on the special 2. Here, we're just waiting it out again. It's fine. Here we finally get to a special 2. Apply the longer slow. Have to be a little careful with the kinetic transference when he attacks in. He's just building up to some special 2s, but it's fine. We also just have to watch out for Face Me. Luckily, he didn't have it there, and we take it out pretty quick. Here, again, I'm taking advantage of the Defiance attack tactic with Stealth Suit Spider-Man, where I can have buffs. I just had a slight brain fart on this on this node. Again, I was pretty happy with how it started. I got the intercept right away, and like I was saying in the previous war, Stealth Suit Spider-Man's passive Furies, when you dash back, they can you can hold on to it. Unfortunately, I totally forgot how close I was to a falter. Attacked in, got clipped, take a whole bunch of degen damage. Now I have to be like, okay, approaching falter, back off. And I don't have willpower on this account, so I can't even get some willpower healing. So I'm just going to play this one smart. Again, approaching falter, I'm going to back off. And even, again, when I dash back with Stealth Suit Spider-Man, I pause the passive Fury. So even though it is not my own Fury, it's the Fury from the Ebb and Flow Intercept, I'm able to keep it up almost the entire fight and we managed to clutch out that Ebony Maw. Really, really, really happy with how that fight turned out. Bad start, strong finish, which is fine. Next, we got, we're going to take Magneto House of X with his guidance boost pre-fight against Nick Fury here on Ebb and Flow Intercept Mighty Charge. Again, it's a Nick Fury. I got to be extra careful. But of course, I go for the intercept right off the bat and get clipped. Luckily, we're bleed immune, so I'm not too worried about that. We get the intercept in right there. Get the Ebb and Flow knockdown. Sorry, Ebb and Flow Intercept Fury active. And here, again, I just want to pay attention to his tactical charges. I don't want him to go unblockable if we can avoid it. Again, special one, I'm good at evading just the last part of it and countering. So here we can still bait heavies on this node. So sometimes, when, depending on what node it's on, if it's not heavy hitter, you can bait some heavy attacks and attack in afterwards, which is what I'm trying to do here. Again, I prefer to push him to a special 2 just like that if we can. Same thing again, bait some heavy attacks, hold that block, try and convince him to do it. Luckily, unfortunately, I get clipped there again, but we're fine. We're gonna push him to another special 2. Again, I'm kind of looking for an intercept there if we can get it. I know he's pretty much close to the end. I don't really need the intercept. Unfortunately, I do let him go unblockable, which is pretty bad, but luckily we get an intercept, just what we needed. Special one, fight is over. Very happy to clutch that one out as well. So 2 clutch fights in a row. Luckily, I didn't have to waste any more items healing those guys up. The next fight's with Magneto against the, again, Ebb and Flow Intercept MODOK. And Magneto is the perfect counter for an Ebb and Flow Intercept MODOK because I cannot get auto blocked by him because he is hashtag Metal Champion. So I'm just going to go in. I don't even think I bother with a special 3 on this one. I just go with consistent intercepts, drop some special 1s, even a special 2 there. I didn't even have the Ebb and Flow Intercept Fury active. I should have waited. That would have been the bigger brain move. But sometimes against MODOK, you're just focused on making sure you don't screw up those special 1 evades. Similar to almost like a yellow jacket. It's just you don't want to get clipped by it. There we go. Put another special 1 on. Another heavy attack there. And Potato Head is just about done here. All right. He's done. Next, we're going to go Path 9 now, Section 2. We didn't have the mini, but we've got the Hazard Shift, Shock and Bleed. We got Doom on One Eye Open. So we can throw a parry, but any damage we do while he's stunned is going to be reflected back onto us. So here, I'm trying to play him stun immune at the start. I do have to be careful because on Hazard Shift, Shock, and Bleed, if he puts that shock on me, he might be able to Doom Slap me. So I do have to be careful when I'm attacking in during the shock phase that I actually purify the shock and don't get Doom Slapped like crazy. But so far, so good. Again, even when the shock is on me, I kind of back off and I don't want to get Doom Slapped. There, we're just going to block that entire special 2. I think I was trying to evade the end of it, but I kind of just got stuck blocking, which is fine. I was totally cool with just blocking that special 2. Get clipped right there at the end of his special 1. But again, we're healing from willpower, from the rage stacks. I'm really not too concerned about this one. And we just hit into his block to take him out there. Next, we have a Nimrod, also on Hazard Shift, Shock Bleed. We're just going to heal up Kingpin just a tiny bit. Or I don't even think we bothered healing him up. Okay, we put on a regen boost. Okay, so we get some extra healing quicker. Again, this node, the only difference is it's Hazard Shift, but they gain some armor ups over time. And he's an unstoppable armor champion, so you can see right there, I forgot about that, attacked into him and got comboed. So now I'm just going to play a little bit slower, Parry, couple hits, parry, couple hits. Just keeping an eye on the timers between the hazard shift timer and the timer for when he's going to be proccing armor up. Plus, he's got his own armor ups, so there's definitely a chance that he can get those unstoppables. Luckily, he doesn't, and we are fine taking him out. Next, we've got Emma Frost on Kinetic Transfer. It's Feats of Indestructible 2, so I don't really want to save up to a special 2 here. I do have to remember that it is an awakened Emma Frost, so I have to be prepared for inverted controls. For her special 1, I think I was just to be safe, I just block, I'm prepared to block the first part, evade the second part, and attack back in, just evading with reverse controls. Not too bad. Again, block the first part, evade the second. And then when she's not in diamond form, I can throw those parries. Even with the kinetic transference, Doc Ock's pretty good for that, because he'll get those power locks on, like he does right now, reapply it with the special 1. Again, block, then evade. Pretty straightforward. And down goes Emma Frost. Really happy with that. Got a second fight in there for the good doctor. Next up, we have Kingpin against Void on Hazard Shift Stun Immune. Again, Kingpin, not usually the greatest counter for Void, but on this node, I am purifying so many debuffs, going into overcharge really fast, and getting some really nice damage on Void with class advantage. I did put on a regen boost, I think, for this one as well, just to top up the healing. Beta special 2s, beta special 1s, doesn't really matter. I've got some unblockable specials. Look at that 12k at the end of the special 1. I definitely take a chunk of damage here. So if I was using him for the boss, it would just mean a bunch of potions, but I'm not using him for the boss, so I didn't really care too much that I was taking some extra damage. As long as I can finish off this Void comfortably, I am pretty happy about it. So again, just go ahead, bait that special 1. And he's finished. And the only other fight in the boss circle I had today was the boss. I haven't done this one in a while. We haven't had a Peni boss. This is the last time I did it. It was like a 15-hit fight with Magneto. I do get clipped a couple times in this one, but I think it's similar amount of hits overall. Here I do go ahead and try and get rid of his her sync shield. Try and counter with some her heavies and special 1s with my heavy attack. I should have gone in and done some duels just to practice my spacing, but I didn't, so you'll see me whiff a couple heavy attacks early. But then we just get back into it. All we need on this one is get to 1 special 3, charge up some prowess, and the fight is pretty much over. So you can see here, back off a couple times on the special 1, and then throw that heavy attack there. Get clipped. Like I said, I get clipped. It wasn't the most perfect, flawless fight here, but really happy with how it worked out in the end. Getting much better baiting those heavies and special 1s, countering with my own heavy attack. And again, just get to special 3, charge up a bunch of prowess. So we're up to special 3. We got 13 at the moment. First I was debating, do I go ahead and get rid of the sync shield? Then I'm like, nah, let's just charge it up, get to 37 prowess. Drop a special 3, and watch the bleeds tick away on this Peni Parker boss. So there we go. We have 29 bleeds. They are ticking down like crazy. I can just hit into the block. I don't want to do anything, and she drops. Hope you enjoyed it. 17-0 this war. See you in the next one.